Young Taiwanese birds, ketamine.
Yeah, so there's an interesting phenomenon. Oh God, I'm just gonna. Alright. So what's fascinating is there's this phenomenon in like among Taiwanese like middle school kids, which doesn't really exist in you know in massive amounts elsewhere in the world, but it's young school kids smoking ketamine cigarettes. That's like ketamine powder rolled into cigarettes, and this is really interesting because the education system is essentially trying to build a framework for understanding the world for children, right? It's building up a framework. Whether you agree or disagree with the framework they're building up a framework which simplifies the world somewhat, and but also allows you to understand the world in a certain way. Whilst ketamine is this drug which, from my understanding, works in completely the opposite way. It dissolves. It dissolves structure. It dissolves your frameworks, and it uneducates essentially. And this is so this these kids in school and how that interacts and how that affects their education is interesting. And the government's making a big push has been trying to delegalize or to make ketamine a higher rated drug because I mean, they'll bring up like health concerns. Like they've got a slogan which is 拉 K 意识 鸟不疑视, and that means basically if you take one line of ketamine, you'll be in a nappy for the rest of your life, which is referring to the negative effects that ketamine has on your bladder, and it's supposed to be bad for the control of your pissing and stuff. And this is from studies, it seems like it's probably massively over exaggerated. Though there are negative effects of that drug on the bladder. The government hasn't been able to make it further delegalized because a lot of the lawyers and the legislators basically